Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to display 3D text and apply different fonts to those 3D text. So let's get started. So here you can see I'm displaying one 3D text. Firstly I will show you how to display a 3D text. Later on I will show you how to apply textures or different fonts to this 3D text in ThreeJS as well. So let's get started. So firstly I am using Vite to create a simple HTML, CSS and TypeScript project. You can use whatever you feel like. Then if you see my package.json, I have installed two dependency. One is for ThreeJS, so 3, and the second inside dev dependency I have added @type/3 so that I can use it with TypeScript. Then inside index.html I have just created one canvas of id canvas. Style position is fixed, top left is 0 and outline is none, and here we are referencing our TypeScript file inside our HTML file so that it is linked properly. Then if you see main.ts, so these are all the imports which I have, so if you want you can just copy paste all these imports. Then here we are adding three new things: orbit controls, font loader and text geometry. The orbit controls is only for this rotating which I am doing manually. I am just moving my cursor and it is doing that. So if you want orbit controls you can import it, but font loader and text geometry are necessary, so make sure you import this. Firstly we are getting hold of our canvas, then we are initializing font loader. Ignore this texture loader for now, we'll come back to this later on. And here I am doing font loader.load, and here I have created this typeface.json file. Now here as you can see inside public I have added this typeface.json file. Now from how to create this I'll come back to that later on as well. So just load this file, and once the font has been loaded you can create a text geometry, pass whatever text you want to display it in 3D format, and then pass the font. And here you can play around with this value, the size, the depth, curve segments, bevel enabled, bevel thickness, bevel size, bevel offset and bevel segments. And I want to place this geometry at the center of the screen, that's why I'm using this. Ignore this for now, here I am creating a mesh basic material, and here to create this mesh, again 3D text is also a mesh. So firstly we are passing the geometry, and then we are passing the material, and then we are adding it to our scene. In case if you want to know how much has been loaded, if it is an extremely complex geometry, then you can track it over here, or in case if any error is happened you can track it over here. Then I have created one scene, and here we are just created this sizes. I think it's better to add scene at the very top, even though I know this is a callback and it works. I think it's better to add scene at the top because that makes more sense. And here we are creating sizes, so I'm occupying the entire width and height of the screen. Here I have created one perspective camera and added it to our scene. Then I have created orbit controls. Again orbit controls are just for that translation which I show you, or rotation. Then here I have created one WebGL renderer, and here we are setting the size, width and height. In case of resize we are just updating the camera as well as the renderer, and on double click we can exit or enter full screen mode. And here I have just created one clock, so in case if you apply some animations to your geometry you can do that over inside the stick function. Okay, so that's it. Now how to first I'll show you how to apply any kind of mesh to this particular texture to this particular 3D text. So here inside textures I have a lot of textures. So suppose I want to apply matcap material. Okay, so I can comment this out and I can uncomment this, and here as you can see I have created one texture loader, and inside textures if I go to matcaps I have this one.png. so this something like this. You can use whatever you feel like, just search for Google or for matcap textures and you can find it online, download it if you want to. And here now here you can see inside matcap material matcap we are just passing our matcap texture, and if I click on save, if I go here you can see our text has some texture to it, matcap texture. Now the second important point is how to create this fonts, right? The typeface which I had, typeface, sorry. So suppose if I go to Google Fonts and I will just select one Pacifico font, okay, and I will just click on get font. I'll just click on download all. Now I can't directly use this particular font, so here I will just unzip this, okay, and I can't directly use this font inside my project. I need to convert it to typeface. To do that, you can go to this particular website which helps us to convert normal fonts to typeface fonts. So I'll just click on browse and I'll just select our font, click open, and here keep it as JSON file, click convert, and here you can see that it has created the JSON file for us. So now I will again go back to downloads, and so here you can see this Pacifico underscore regular.json. Even though the name does not, in the name it does not have typeface, but that's fine. I will just drag and drop it inside the public folder. Then I'll just copy this particular name. I'll go to main.ts, and here you can see that I'll just change this particular name. Do Control S, and if I go back, here you can see it got converted to Pacifico. So yeah, that's how you can display 3D text and apply different fonts to 3D text in ThreeJS. Thank you for watching. Bye.